Let's talk about why upfront fares need an overhaul. And I know you're near and dear to this because there are many problems when it comes to upfront fares, and some of the lackluster language and non-transparent language of significant and what that could
and a lot longer right? Okay, so this driver was so pissed off. I was actually going to put up his email, the whole letter, but it was too long. The headline of the email, Chris, was Uber stole from me 3 times today. I'm not laughing because I'm laughing at the gentleman. I'm just saying, okay, the reason I want upfront fares to completely be overhauled, past few weeks we did it on Lyft. You know how the trip goes, like, or the rider changes the trip to like quarter mile less than what it should be, and they like bury you with like a 30% cut on the upfront, right? And if it goes like 40 minutes longer, you don't get anything.
No, that's the right fare.
Your fare has been correct. What you got is, you'll hear from black hole support from both companies. Yep, your fare is correct. Like, so this guy did 3 trips, Chris. They almost look identical to me. You know what I mean? Where he picked up or he dropped off, right?
Yeah.
But so this guy does a lot of airport trips in Savannah, Georgia, right? Supposedly, and if you look at the dates, they're all the same day, April 17th, 3:20.
Yeah, you got 2:30, almost 5 o'clock, and 3:20.
Yeah, so he did 3 drop-offs at the Savannah airport. Supposedly, okay, I'm just reading or memorized his email and telling you guys. Supposedly, at the Savannah airport, the terminals for drop-off are a little far apart from each other, unlike LAX where they're like kitty corner right next to each other, right? The rider on none of these cases changed it, but Uber Algo picked it up and hit this guy with a deduction or with a discount on the upfront fare, saying, and if you can read the message because it's too small for my glasses, you see where it says you got a tip,
you got a tip, but you earn less than the upfront fare because the destination was closer than requested for the first 2. And then the right one says your fare was lower this time because the actual drop-off was closer than the one your rider requested.
Okay, but do you see the drop-offs on all trips? Do you see the drop-offs on all trips?
Yeah, St. Louis Lambert Airport.
Yeah, so I'm going like, okay, Uber, if you can detect that and hit this guy with a discount or a whatever, right? Or a reduction upfront fare, how is it that you can't detect and pay people for the actual work that they're doing when it goes over by miles and minutes? How is that? That means the upfront algo is written that way, period. Because the guy goes, look, one terminal to the next is like less than 300 yards. He goes, but then because the rider put the wrong terminal in, but when he took him to the airport, the guy goes, no, this is my terminal, sorry. And it happened to be short on all 3. And he got dinged on all 3, Chris.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. You're at the airport. It doesn't matter if you're 100 feet, 1,000 feet, or anything like that different. You went the entire duration of the trip. Not only that, most airports that I know, you go in one way and then you go out the other way, and everybody goes that no matter what terminal they're going to. And so you're going all the way around no matter what. You're doing the exact same thing. But that's getting absolutely ridiculous, where it's like, oh, there's this certain pin, and if you're 15 feet from it, we're going to ding you $3. That makes no sense.
Yep. Well, it makes sense to Uber because for this gentleman,
because
I did not calculate all the dings, but we can't do it now. But I because on 2 of the 3 trips he had a nice tip, right? But he definitely got a haircut. So actually we can figure it out. So the upfront was 33.33. He had a 14.78 tip. So that should have been 47. He got 44. 10% haircut. On the middle one, he had a tip.
No, that would have been 48.
48. Okay,
yeah.
So well, take the tip out, right? I mean, he got dinged by solid 10%. And then
Yeah.
the one in the middle, he got a 1073 tip, and upfront was 25. So that should have been like 35 and change, 36, and he got only 34.50. And on the right one, it was a straight cut.
Yep.
Look at that cut. What was that? There was no tip on that too.
$7. So he got
What the fuck?
32.05 and the upfront fare was 38.96. I'm sorry, but 1,000 freaking feet does not constitute $6 difference on a pay whatsoever.
It does. It did.
No, that's bullshit.
Okay, I agree. All right. I mean, this is St. Louis. I said Savannah. I'm sorry. This is St. Louis. But I mean, this guy obviously does a lot of airport trips, right? So he goes back and forth and he's doing airport trips. Okay, well, knock yourself out. They're all good trips, it seems like to me, because if you look at the mileage, right? 13 miles, 23 minutes, 13.4 miles, 25 minutes.
Same thing with Niagara Falls. I mean, you literally loop in and you're right there and then you leave.
Well, so what happens in this case is that, unfortunately for this gentleman driver, he lost, it looks like, let's see, 7, 9, and about $14. And that's why Uber,
just from 3,000
on this one, you definitely know who I'm talking to you. This is bullshit with sugar on top. Because if the rider changed the address, I may kind of understand you cutting the fare, right? Okay, you order a 10-mile trip. Oh, you change your mind, you want to go 5 miles. Okay, I get that. This, however, and in many cases where the rider is not adjusting anything, the trip is just going for some circumstance shorter, and you hammer the driver. On the other hand, you need to reward the driver. So that's why upfront fares need to be overhauled on Uber and Lyft, period.
Edge case.
No, yeah, don't get me going on. Don't get me going on the edge case.
When you got United, he's sitting here, and 1,000 feet down, you got JetBlue. I needed to go to United, but it was really supposed to be JetBlue and Terminal 2 to 3 or something like that. I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is actually a good trick. Always drop off at PIN, yep, I agree. But in his case, it was short. I get what you're saying, like drive to the next terminal where the actual drop-off PIN is. I get it. But the other thing, Chris, a lot of times when I go to LAX, when I'm dropping off, LAX is a disaster, right? So most riders, first of all, are overpaying, right? This is what the Uber algo does. Hold
on, I got a really good idea, and I don't want to lose it. Hold your thought 1 second. Here's the thing: don't end the ride. If you have to end, or if the thing is early because they put in the wrong terminal, or that's where they're supposed to get off, even though they put the wrong terminal in. And you know what I'm betting that they're probably doing is they're putting in St. Louis International Airport.
Exactly.
And like Terminal 3, even though they're supposed to be Terminal 1. So here's the thing. If you see that on your thing, do not end your freaking trip until you hit the pin. You could drop the passenger off a little bit beforehand and then drive to that pin so you don't get dinged the $3 or $5, $6 that they're going to ping you on because of that. So
and I bet you anything, Uber did not give that difference back to the rider. I bet you anything.
No. Of course they didn't.
Now, the difference here's what Uber does at LAX, which is third or maybe fourth, I don't know, busiest airport in the country. When you're going to LAX, you're a tourist, you're not from LA, so you don't know LAX, right? What do? You put LAX airport. You know what I'm saying? So LAX airport is a horseshoe. You know where Uber algo picks it if you don't select your airline, Chris? Because it goes from Terminal 1 to Terminal 8 around the horseshoe, which is like half a mile long, right? Uber always picks the international one, which is at the deep end of the airport, although you may be going to Southwest, which is Terminal 1. People know this. Why does Uber algo do that? Because Uber algo charges the rider more. So riders, learn from us. If you should check what terminal your trip or your airline is at and put the exact terminal in there so the driver doesn't lose and you don't get jacked on your fare. So there you go.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.